Hello everyone, welcome back for another book review. Today we are talking about The Eclectic Witch's Book of Shadow, Witchy Wisdom at Your Fingertips by Deborah Blake. So the first thing about this book is that the artwork in it is absolutely stunning. She has an artist that has gone through and added a bunch of illustrations, and the pages are just really fun to look at. Honestly, whenever a lot of especially Llewellyn, but other publishers as well, when they try to do this, typically it kind of takes away from the book and makes it feel a little bit more just trendy, but I really enjoyed it. I didn't feel like it took away from the book. I feel like it actually enhanced the book, especially because Deborah Blake is a good writer, so whatever she writes, it always contributes well to the witchy community, and so the artwork just made it even better. Now, kind of going along with that, personally, I did not like the amount of pages that you're supposed to add in for notes. I felt like it was a waste of paper, a waste of space for this book, that we could have had her add more information opposed to just these random page after page after page of blank pages. This book is definitely aimed at the beginner. I think it would be appropriate to include in your first year, maybe your first couple years, but definitely very early on. She explains stuff and doesn't try and get overly complicated, and also encourages you to just use the tools that are pretty easy to find. Her list of correspondences and just overall topics, she doesn't go into a lot of detail, but again, as a beginner book, I think that's fine. This is just your introduction to this stuff, and then obviously whatever parts interest you, you would just research further. Her recommended readings in this book was definitely less than her usual books, and I think Llewellyn just gave her a limited amount of space to use in this book, because again, we had to have room for all of these random extra just lined pages. And also, this lacked a bibliography, which normally she includes, and her recommendeds and bibliography are quite extensive. So I think it was really just down to spacing and Llewellyn telling her no, which is a bit of a bummer because usually I like to look at her lists because she has great resources. The other thing that I didn't particularly like about this book is that we didn't have an official conclusion, which is always a bummer. Whenever one of these witchy books just abruptly ends, it always leaves me feeling kind of discombobulated. Give me that last page of just a send-off. Instead, we go from the recipes to the end, and it's the list of correspondences. And even that, it never concluded, and I just prefer when books have some kind of a conclusion. Otherwise, it just doesn't quite feel finished. So overall, I definitely recommend this book to beginners. If you are intermediate to advanced, I don't know how much you're going to get out of this book. You might enjoy a different spell or a ritual that you might not have thought of, but overall, this is really for the beginners, which is fine. It doesn't always need to hit every single market and every single type of reader. Her other books do tend to be better for that. So this is really just a great resource if you have somebody that you know, or it might be you, that is looking for a new book for hey, I'm interested in this thing. This is a really great resource. And again, it's not really long and complicated. And so I feel like this is a great introductory book. And it just explains things very briefly, but it gives you an idea. So anyways, that is going to be it for this book review. I would love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. Huge thank you to my patrons. I will have their names here on the screen. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, it is patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Make sure to like and subscribe. I post every single day. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.